was at times within the hour response and instructions given to try and stop the cutters, to send the security and the forestry department people out to the places. Responses of the forest will be protected.
What are the mangroves? Mangroves are the plants that grow in the junction of sea and the river water, like in a brackish water.
An architect by trade, Kasser helped design this mangrove ecosystem exhibit at the newly opened Magnify Science Center in Karachi.
We're the first contemporary interactive science center in Pakistan. Mangroves are not just important to cities, they're important to coastline. And they protect the coastline, of course, from tsunamis, etc. But they're also the nursery where your crabs and prawns and fish, they spawn in the roots of those mangroves. And they, of course, provide the fish that we need for our fishing industry and to feed ourselves as well. So it's imperative that the children that come here realize the importance of what our environment is and what it is that they need to protect. They should feel a certain affinity to it.
As sea levels rise due to global warming, mangroves play an even more important role in protecting coastal cities like Karachi. The United Nations estimates that the benefits of these trees, which also provide food through their fisheries and function as tourist attractions, are worth more than $450 billion a year to the world economy.
In our country, where the problems are so immense and so real, poverty, inequity, and on and on and on, the cutting of a tree is sad to say, but it might be of not such a great consequence, but it is. But it is because it's the lifeline, the lifeblood of our lives out there, of the quality of lives.
We've got a small window to save these forests. There's absolutely a chance, a good chance, to keep these for future generations. But it's a limited amount of time that we have before the forest crosses a critical threshold and they all die. So the water has to be cleaned, the city has to be responsible, the cutting needs to be sustainable. But if it's not done in balance, we lose the forest. If it's done in balance, we will sustain both people and the streets. And we all depend on each other. And at the end of the day, we are all food for each other.
It's about self-determination. It's about empowerment. When a mother feels trusted, respected, listened to, she thrives. Can I check the baby? Yeah, can I? All right. Somebody, look at this. This is ridiculous. Somebody's put right here. You want to feel? Come on in. Come feel. Come feel. Let me get your stool because you're little. Here. I'm going to get you up on here. You good? All right, feel that there. You feel the baby's foot? Less than 10% of births are delivered by midwives in the United States. So we're a long way from being where we need to be, but we must bring midwifery back. Every other country in the entire rest of the world uses midwives as the providers for normal, healthy pregnancies and births.
People are usually feel like it's more taboo to have birth in a birthing center than in a hospital. But for me, I never really had that feeling. I felt way more comfortable thinking about a birth center. Honestly, my husband had worked in a baby hospital for 7 or 8 years, and he was not impressed with the things that he saw. He felt like a lot of women were being kind of coerced into C-section, and they weren't given time to labor. And I know with the midwives, they give you time. They kind of let your body do what you have to do. So that's really the main reason why I did it.
So we call this the yellow room, obviously, but it's basically because it's so bright. And you see how the sunlight comes in, so we've got that real ambiance of bright and light, fresh. Midwives can improve outcomes simply by doing what midwives do. We center the mother, baby, the family. We center the community. We make it our business to make sure we are providing respectful care, that we maintain that dignity. And in doing so, we're much more able to get information that we need. The people that are under that care are more compliant. The education that we share is more received.
So let's talk about pregnancy guidelines and requirements. Let's talk about this food avoidance list because I know you guys see them, and we hand them out like hot candy, like we get hot.
Until we grow and diversify this midwifery workforce, we won't see the results that we're looking for.
I believe midwifery chose me. I organically grew into a doula. As I was having my children, people would ask me, "Can you come to my birth? You know, you're doing this natural birth thing, and I would feel more comfortable if you were here." So after attending births and hearing the mothers' cries for help, witnessing the maternal injustice that happens to women here in America, I just felt like God was really tugging on my heart to answer this call.
For me, status quo is not acceptable. These statistics are not acceptable. These outcomes are horrendous and shocking, egregious. We know what works. We know how easy it is and how cost effective it is to put in place. So that's what drives me. That's what drives us all. We want to see these disparities gone. We want to see all families having access to quality, safe care. And we want to make sure that all families thrive.
My grandmother teach me how to grow up not wasting anything, to be respectful for food, to act seasonal, buying the right amount of food for 3, 4 days, and then again shop for the family. Like that, you can eat better, you can spend less, and you don't waste anything. We are 7 billion people on Earth. 860 million people, they don't have anything to eat. We produce food for 12 billion people, and we waste 33% of the food that we produce. So the answer is very simple, is fighting food waste.
Ci troviamo nel refettorio ambrosiano, che è un luogo unico per quanto riguarda la solidarietà milanese, perché l'abbiamo inventato, si può dire così, con Massimo Bottura e Davide Rampello durante l'esposizione universale del 2015. Voleva essere un posto che rispondesse allo scandalo dello scarto del cibo nel mondo. Ogni mattina qui al refettorio arrivano grandi quantitativi di generi alimentari che vengono scartati o dai grandi magazzini, dalle grandi distribuzioni, quindi supermercati. Quelli che vengono qua sono dei poveri. Questa idea che lo scarto non va appunto buttato